Shalom, brother Samah Basar. I want to start giving all praises due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. This is just to add on to how the Most High deal with men, and men are guided by the Most High. So we're not doing our own thing. I was going to do this out in the street. I started some of it, but I just wanted to add on. And this is the Most High dealing with men through visions, through their mind, through their brain, through their thoughts. And I just wanted to add on to that. So we're not doing our own thing. We get up in the morning, we think we're planning out our day, but the Most High deal with us through visions, trance, and dreams. And that's how he did with all men. So no man is doing his own thing. They're being guided, And the topic is visions. Okay? And visions, the Most High also made known his will by visions. Let's go to Psalms 89:19. Psalms 89. Then thou spoke in visions to the Holy One, and said, I have laid help upon one that is mighty. I have exalted one chosen out of the people. I have found David, my servant, with my holy oil have I anointed him. So David didn't pick himself. The Most High picked David. Okay? The Most High picked David. And that's how David was picked. Okay? It wasn't through his own will, by him waking up to become king. He got picked, chosen, through the visions. And Psalm 89 brings that out. Okay? Now, the next one, let's go to Numbers 12 and 6. Numbers chapter 12, verse 6. And he said, Hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, the Lord, will make myself known unto him in a vision, and will speak unto him in a dream. And then it says, My servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all my house. With him will I speak mouth to mouth, even apparently, and not in dark speeches, and in the similitude of the Lord shall behold. Okay, wherefore the Lord shall he behold. Wherefore then were you not afraid to speak against my servant Moses? Right, because it says in Numbers 12 and 16, that's how Moses, if it's a prophet, the Most High is going to make it well known. Through what? Vision and dreams. Through your conscience at night, in your thoughts. So you're not doing anything on your own. Okay? Now, what is a vision? It's a representative of a divine person in glory. Okay? That's a vision. Let's go to Isaiah 6 and 1. Isaiah 6 and 1. In the year that King Uzziah died, I saw also the Lord sitting upon his throne, high and lifted up, and his train filled the temple. Above it stood the seraphim. Each one had 6 wings. With a twain he covered his face, and with twain he covered his feet, and with a twain he did fly. And one cried unto another, and said, Holy, holy, is the Lord of hosts. The whole earth is full of his glory. Okay? And the post of the door moved at the voice of him that cried, and the house was filled with smoke. Okay? So it's also, a vision is also an audible bolt from heaven. Okay? Coming through from the Most High. So when the man get these bright ideas, and they think they're coming with it, the Most High is giving them that. Okay? And he even giving visions to heathens, because ultimately it's also to cause his purpose. So when we think we're doing our own thing, we're doing the will of the Heavenly Father, whether it is either on the left hand side or the right hand side. But at the end of the day, we still are programmed, okay, in a dream, a vision, okay. Go to Genesis 15:1. Genesis 15, verse 1. After these things, the word of the Lord came unto Abraham in a vision, saying, Fear not, Abram, I am thy shield, and thy exceedingly great reward. Okay? Now let's go to 1 Samuel chapter 3. So throughout your whole life, while you got breath inside of you, you're being programmed. You think you're doing your own thing, and you're not. Whether it's to the left-hand side, which is evil, or whether it's to the right-hand side, which is the righteousness of the Most High. You're still being programmed. 1 Samuel 3, 4, and 5. The Lord called Samuel, and he answered, Here am I. And he ran unto Eli and said, Here am I, for thou called me. And he said, I called not. Lie down again. And he went and lay down. And the Lord called yet again Samuel. And Samuel arose and went to Eli. And he said, Here am I, for thou didst call me. And he answered, I called not, my son. Lie down again. Now Samuel did not yet know the Lord, neither was the word of the Lord yet revealed unto him. And the Lord called Samuel again the third time. And he arose and went to Eli and said, Here am I, for thou didst call. And Eli perceived that the Lord had called the child. Okay? So who did that? The Lord was calling him. And visions are also a vision is also an appearance of angels. And let's prove that. Let's go to Luke chapter 1. Precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. Luke 1:22. And when he came out, he could not speak unto them. And they perceived that he had seen a vision in the temple, for he beckoned unto them and remained speechless. Now let's jump to verse 11. And there appeared unto him an angel of the Lord standing on the right side of the altar of the incense. And when Zacharias saw him, he was troubled and fell upon him. Now let's jump down to 22. And it says, And when he came out, he could not speak unto them. And they perceived that he had a vision in the temple, for he beckoned unto them and remained speechless. Okay, see, that's how the Most High showed him visions. Okay? Now let's go to 24:23. Luke 24:23. Luke 24:23. And when they found not his body, they came, saying that they had also seen a vision of angels which said that he was alive. Okay, visions. Okay, now let's go to Acts 10:3. Acts 10 verse 3. He saw in a vision, evidently about the ninth hour of the day, an angel of the Most High coming unto him, and saying unto him, Cornelius. And when he looked on him, he was afraid, and said, What is it, Lord? And he said unto him, Thy prayers and thy alms are come up for a memorial before the Most High. Okay? Now I'm going to read that again from the top, just to get to the point. There was a certain man in Caesarea called Cornelius, a centurion of the band called the Italian band. And that just means that he was in the Italian army. Okay? An Italian, I believe, of a man of 100. Okay? And it says it's a devout man. So he was a Israelite. He was not a heathen. He was just in the army. So that's like, for illustration, we're Israelites. We're Israelites, but we're calling ourselves American in the American army. Okay? We're fighting for the United States of America, but we're Israelites. We're in that army. Okay, but we are Israelites there. That's the same thing with Cornelius. And he was the leader of 100, I believe 100 men. I believe, if I stand correctly, 100 men. A devout man and one that feared the Most High with all his house, which gave much alms to the people and prayed to the Most High always. A heathen is not going to do that. Okay? Verse 3, he saw in a vision evidently about the ninth hour of the day, an angel of God coming to him and saying unto him, Cornelius. And when he looked on him, he was afraid and said, What is it, Lord? And he said unto him, Thy prayers and thy alms are come up for memorial before the Most High. So once again, dealing with the vision. Okay? Same thing, dealing with the vision. Now, also you get a vision of human beings. Appearance of a human being. Okay, you can get that. That's a vision or trance or in your dreams. Okay, but it's still the guidance of the Most High. Whether he's going to set you up as a vessel or a spirit to dishonor, or a spirit of honor, negative and positive, righteousness and wicked, whatever he chooses you for, but you still doing his will. You know what I'm saying? To show his power and to show his glory. That's all it is. Okay? Now let's go to Acts 9 and 12, because this is talking about an appearance of human beings. Acts 9 and 12. Which is a vision or trance. Acts 9 and 12. And have seen in a vision a man named Ananias coming in and putting his hand on him, that he might receive his sight. There it is. Okay, now let's go to jump to 16 verse 9. Verse 9. Acts 16 verse 9. Acts 16 verse 9. And a vision appeared to Paul in the night. There stood a man of Macedonia and prayed him, saying, Come over into Macedonia and help us. And after he had seen the vision, immediately we endeavored to go into Macedonia, assuredly gathered that the Lord had called us to preach the gospel unto them. Okay, so they got a message, a vision. They were programmed. The Most High sent them a message and said, I want y'all to go through this, just to go to Macedonia and preach. Okay. And you got to remember, sometimes people get a vision. A vision is hard it's complex. Okay? It's perplexing to those who receive those visions. Sometimes they don't understand them. Okay? And we can give you the instance with that with Daniel 7 and 15. Let's go to that. Daniel 7, verse 15. I, Daniel, was grieved in my spirit in the midst of my body, and the visions of my head troubled me. Where did the visions come from? Or where did the visions go? How did it communicate? To his head, his brain. Okay? And it says, I, Daniel, was grieved in my spirit in the midst of my body, and the visions of my head troubled me. And I came, verse 16, and I came near unto one of them that stood by and asked him the truth of this. So he told me and made me know the interpretation of the things. Okay? Now, let's go to 8 verse 15. Daniel 8 verse 15. And it came to pass Daniel 8 verse 15, and it came to pass when even I, Daniel, had seen the vision and sought for the meaning, because sometimes they're perplexed and they're troubled. Okay? But if the Most High dealing with you, you're going to get it. And it says, and it came to pass when even I, Daniel, had seen the vision and sought for the meaning, then behold, there stood before me as the appearance, a vision, a dream, a trance of a man. And I heard a man's voice between the banks of Uliah, which called and said, Gabriel, make this man to understand the vision. Read it again. And I heard a man's voice between the banks of Uliah, which called and said, Gabriel, make this man to understand the vision. And here it is, watch this. Verse 17. So he came near where I stood, and when he came, I was afraid and fell upon my face. But he said unto me, understand, O son of man, for at the time of the end shall be the visions. Now, as he was speaking with me, I was in a deep sleep on my face towards the ground, but he touched me and set me upright. Here it is. Okay? Now let's go to Acts 10:17. This is all about the Most High is programming you through these visions, and we are proving that. Acts 10:17. Acts 10:17. This was done thrice, and the vessel was received up again into heaven. Now while Peter doubted it in himself, what this vision which he had seen should mean, behold, the men which were sent from Cornelius had made an inquiry for Simon's house and stood before the gate. Okay, that's it on that, but that's just showing you. Okay? And then it says, of course you may know this, but just to add on, how are visions communicated? On which way are visions communicated to a human, to man? Okay? How? And it's usually in the night. Of course we know that, but let's just prove all things. Genesis 46:2. Genesis 46:2. Genesis 46:2. I'm gonna start at the top so you can, kind of make a grasp of it, get on a little understanding of it. And Israel took his journey with all that he had and came to Beersheba. Okay, Genesis 46:2. And it reads, and Israel took his journey with all that he had and came to Bethsheba, and offered sacrifice unto the God of his father Isaac. And the Most High spoke unto Israel in the vision of the night, and said, Jacob, Jacob. And he said, Here am I. Sounds familiar, right? And he said, I am the Most High of thy father. Fear not to go down into Egypt, for I will there make of thee a great nation. So he's telling him this was going to happen to him down the line through a vision of his trance. Abraham didn't do this on his own, or Abram at that time. You know what I'm saying? He was guided through divine communication, through visions, through trance, through dreams, as all men to this very day are. Okay? Whether they are heathens or whether they Israel. You know what I'm saying? A heathen, Nebuchadnezzar had a vision, a dream. Okay? But it still was a heathen. Okay? Every man is being programmed. You have the sons of God. Okay? The sons of men and the son of the wicked. Okay? And all three of those categories are being controlled by the Most High. All right, so now we finished with that. Also, a vision is a trance. So let's go to Numbers 24 and 16 again. Numbers 24 and 16. He has said, which heard the words of the Most High and knew the knowledge of the Most High, which saw the visions of the Almighty, falling into a trance, but having his eyes open. Read it again. Numbers 24 and 16. Wait, let's start at 14. But 16 is the point. And now, behold, I go unto my people. Come therefore, and I will advertise thee what this people shall do to thy people in the latter days. And he took up his parable and said, the land, the son of Beor, have said, and the man whose eyes are open have said. And he has said, which heard the words of the Most High and knew the knowledge of the Most High, which saw the visions of the Almighty, falling into a trance, but having his eyes open. That's it. Okay? Okay, let's go to Acts 11 and 5. Acts 11 verse 5. I was in the city of Joppa praying, and in a trance I saw a vision, a certain vessel descend, as it had been a great sheet let down from heaven by the four corners, and it came even unto me. Okay? And he got the visions right there. It said, let me read that again. And I was in the city of Joppa praying in a trance, and I saw a vision, a certain vessel descend, as it had been a great sheet let down from heaven by the four corners, and it came even to me. All right? I got to go back over that one scripture right there, though. I'm thinking that 4th feet was that 4th feet. I haven't touched that for a minute, so I'm going to go over that. I don't want to say what it was. I thought it was a scripture. I think it's the scriptures, but I haven't went over Cornelius in a minute. But I'm not here to prove that right now. I'll touch that at another time to come back to that. Okay, so that was a trance. All right, so now let's go to let's go to Revelation chapter 4, verse. Let's see. Well, let's go to Revelation chapter 1, verse 12. Revelation chapter 1, verse 12. And I turned to see the voice that spoke with me, and being turned, I saw 7 candlesticks. But you know what? Let's start from the top. Revelation 1 and 1. The revelation of the Mashiach Yahushua, which the Most High gave unto him to show unto his servant things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John. Now, revelation means to reveal beforehand, right? And this is John the Revelator, not John the Baptist, but this is John the Revelator who was on the island of Patmos. And as he was laying down, he seen a vision. Okay, and we always use this on the street. This is the number one scripture identifying our chief cornerstone. So we start off with Revelation chapter 1, verse 1, then we jump down to verse 13 or 14, giving a description of Yahweh. But then, when you go down, when you read Revelation 4 to 22, chapter 4, verse to 22, those are all visions. Every last one of them are visions. Okay? So my point is this. You can look up for time's sake, you can look up Zechariah 1 and 8, Zechariah 3 and 1, Zechariah 4 and 2, Zechariah 5 and 2, Zechariah 6 and 1. Okay, that's dealing with to Zechariah, visions and trance. The Most High always deal with men through visions, trance, and dreams, programming them. Okay. Then you had Paul, Acts 9, verse 3 and 6. Then you had Acts 16, verse 9. Then you had Acts 18, verse 9. Then you got Acts 22, verse 18. Then you got Acts 27, 23. Then you got 2 Chronicles 12, 1 through 4. I'm going to get that. 2 Chronicles 12, 1 through 4. Second Chronicles 12, 1 through 4. And it came to pass, when Rehoboam had established the kingdom and had strengthened himself, he forsook the law of the Lord, and all Israel with him. And it came to pass that in the 5th year of King Rehoboam, Shishak, king of Egypt, came up against Jerusalem, because they had transgressed against the Lord, with 1,200 chariots and 80,000 horsemen. And the people were without number that came with him out of Egypt, the Lubims, the Sukkums, and the Ethiopians. And he took the fenced cities which pertained to Judah and came to Jerusalem. Okay? Get to that point. Where is that at? Yeah. And he took the fenced cities which pertained to Judah and came to Jerusalem. Okay, so that was a vision of trance. That was the same thing. You know what I'm saying? That's my point. You can look up a lot of the scriptures that I just mentioned. You know what I'm saying? For edifying. You know what I'm saying? This is just for my own research, and it's quick to the point. I want people to know that, and my people, which is Israel, that you're not doing your own thing. You're not planning your day out. You know what I'm saying? That's why we always say, Lord willing, to everything we do. Because we know, once you're a learned man, you know, and learn of the Lord's statutes and commandments, you know that if you're not doing anything on your own will, you know what I'm saying? That is why there is no free will. You're always programmed in a trance, in a vision, in a dream. Okay? Facts give you precepts. You can even add more precepts to that if you want. But you can't deny this. This ain't to go against no individual or anything like that. This is what I'm coming up with the Lord coming up with through the precepts, with the visions. No man is doing his own thing, or woman or child. You know what I'm saying? You are that vessel that's being used, whether you're being a vessel of dishonor or a vessel of honor. Okay? However, whichever way the Lord chooses to use you, whether it's on the left hand side or right hand side, but the Lord is the program. He's the one, the captain of the ship. He's the head honcho. You're never doing your own thing. Every man and woman is being programmed through visions, trance, and dreams, which I call divine communication. Brother Saman, Shalom.